next segment.
Because, trying to ascribe coherent ideology or motivations to people who commit mass murder is a tricky game, because people who commit violence and murder are often deranged or in some way deranged. So you're trying to make sense of something that doesn't actually make sense. That's particularly clear in cases like this. Like, what is his ideology? He doesn't really have one. And then we go looking for one because we want to find someone to blame and we want it to all make sense. But it doesn't, because violence is random and frightening and not explained by obvious, this person thought this, they read this, they came to this conclusion, and thus they did this. It doesn't work like that.
What's also interesting in this situation is
I just wanted to throw this out here real quick. Again, John sent us that thing where he told us that there's different types of terrorism. So what he's talking about is political terrorism. There's other forms. So.
Well, what they're trying to do is cover the Trump supporters' asses right now. That's all this is. But it is what it is. Can we stop the bullshit here?
But are we going to pretend like liberals' kids don't shoot up schools either?
Yeah, but I hear you, but I'm
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
I'm just saying, they're doing a lot to try to cover up for, this certain political leaning that we have in our country for the right.
Can we just be honest? And we need to have a real conversation about how American culture is violent because it was built off violence. Can we stop pretending like this is not a settler colonial nation? You motherfuckers took this nation by violence. And you wonder why the generations and generations y'all are still violent as fuck. This is who you are. This shit is in your DNA. And you're not trying to do anything to change the culture to make our culture less violent. We could have all the guns in the world if we were less violent. People would use them for hunting like you're supposed to. All right, let me play this last little minute and 44. I just had to jump out with that one because I cannot with this one.
I covered the race of the prosecutor, the campaign of the prosecutor, Karen McDonald. She ran as a reformist, a criminal justice reformer who knocked off the former kind of hardline, tough on crime prosecutor, this woman named Jessica Cooper, who'd been there for many years, and ran, saying that only prosecutors can reform a broken system. She previously had worked in the foster care system, so she has a lot of understanding of the way that young people interact with the criminal justice system. And so maybe I shouldn't have been, but I was surprised to see her charge him as an adult out of the gate, despite him being only 15 years old. And so it raises the question of what does the criminal justice reform movement mean when it is making a lot of the claims that it's making on the campaign trail. If when they get into office, they go about their charging decisions.
He killed kids.
So we're equating a little bastard going into school and murdering 5-6 kids to fucking Devontae having a little sack of weed in his pocket and getting locked up, or Devontae getting into a fight at school and ended up being charged as an adult for assault and battery. We are equating that to the same thing as this little bastard going in and murdering kids. Y'all people is out of control. You know what? I'm starting to think Ta-Nehisi Coates and all these other running ass niggas. Got it right. I got it right. Maybe it's time to try to leave this bitch, because goddamn you fucking white people. Wow. That's it. Y'all got it. Because what the fuck? What are we supposed to do with this?
I don't fucking know. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck we're supposed to do with this, but we're not shown any mercy for like small crimes. You know what I'm saying? So you know, when I see criminal justice reform, people who are fighting for that, that's typically what they're talking about. They're talking about like drug sales. They're talking about like, you know, anything other than going on a goddamn murdering spree. Like, so I don't see anybody out here saying this motherfucker went up there and shot up a building of any type. We need to do criminal justice reform so that they can come home early. Who the fuck is doing this?
Ain't nobody advocating for the dude who did the drive-by to get a light sentence.
Nope. Who the fuck is doing this?
Yeah. I mean, the best they can get out of me is don't try him as an adult. That's the best you're going to get out of me. Right? Try him as a child because he's a child. He's under 18. Try him as a child.
The best you'll get from me is don't give him life in prison. But he can do some time. He can get out at 60. He
definitely gonna do some time.
Because black men go to jail forever for bullshit. So
for bullshit.
I don't want him to die in jail, but he can do some time, some real time, some nigga
hard time. Yeah, absolutely. Nigga time at facts.
Shit, I don't know. I have no sympathy. I mean, under the jail. We could go old school firing
squad.
Fuck that shit.
Word up, dust the chair off. Like you might have to dust that chair off. Like you might have to get in this chair.
The fire
right
squad's more humane.
It's still a fire squad.
Or can we bring back hangings? Is that your taste? But hangings, they drop you real fast and it breaks your neck. So not like you, right? Or does it take you a while to die?
Depends on the efficacy of the rope and the person who tied the knot.
But if they do this professionally, I'm sure they can get us.
Yeah, they would have to outsource us to a professional organization.
Thinking about ways we can get rid of this dude. Well, we think about ways to get rid of this white kid.
I think there's a hangman's local. They can talk to.
All right, let's play the last little bit because our guest will be here in 25 minutes for the next show. So let's get it popping.
Roughly how Jessica Cooper would have.
Well, and the terrorism charge is really suspect because even though it definitely fits this crime, it's not a typical charge that they put really for anyone else. I don't know if the other mass school shooters or mass shooters in general have ever been charged with terrorism. And it's almost like this auxiliary charge to put on him in order to continue fueling a narrative or to rile people up. And that is concerning, even though I do think it fits. It's just that's not what people interpret it as.
He's going to go to prison for years and years and years, decades, hopefully maybe the rest of his life, whether or not there's a terrorism charge. So, but we will be back with more Rising right after this. Stay with us.
Oh, cool. We done then. All right.
That was straight up bullshit.
But final thoughts. But what I have to say about no matter what, and you don't have to use the terrorism charge. Yeah, we should use the terrorism charge. Let me tell you this: how bad I feel. Let's send this bitch to Guantanamo since it's still open.
Yeah. Hey.
Listen, if you start putting people in a fucking hole for fucking mass murdering people, people will stop. The reason why is
definitely slow it down.
Yeah, a lot of these people, they just get to sit around and walk around in prison and no, put them in a hole. Treat them like you treat foreign terrorists. Oh, maybe that's because we have human rights and you can't do it, right?
Shit, they use fucking solitary confinement. That's supposed to be considered torture. Yeah, but we use it here. But for some folks, that can be protection. Some folks don't need to be in general population. But in any event,
pedophiles should be in Gen Pop.
You see, I'm not even gonna go there because that's something different. Anyway,
we keep pushing.
Yeah, we keep pushing. Yeah. So, they ain't gonna make it to trial. But let's go. Let's ride.
That's the point.
Mm-hmm.
But this is some bullshit. Like 100% some bullshit. I'm tired of these narratives that keep being put out from different people And so a lot of times people who are supposed to be BIPOC and people of color, yes, she's up there with 2 white men, but she's co-signing this. Like, this is her leading the charge. They just co-signing her bullshit. And I got a problem with it. I had a problem with Kim Iverson when she was on her own platform. And for this racist bitch to be elevated to the hill, I got a problem with it. But they had to find somebody to replace Sagar's anti-black ass. So that makes sense.
Yeah, but again, they co-signing it. You know what I mean? Ryan Grimm knows better. Remember when Ryan Grimm went after Kenny Zhu or Kenny Wu? Fuck you, Kenny Wu.
Yep.
I know I pronounced your name wrong, but fuck you.
Kenny Wu.
Yeah, fuck him. So, but they know better. They know what she's talking about, and I'm sure in the pre-production meeting they said, okay, we just go along with it. Let's do that. It's a good idea. Protect this impunity of whiteness because we may need a pass one day.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really have any final thoughts, family, man. I mean, it is what it is, man.
I said what I said.
Yeah, I mean, for me, man, this is white supremacy as usual. It's just now everybody's in on the game, right? Right, left, and center. Everybody's in on the game. Everybody's like, okay, we need to just bury these niggas and start the country all over again. That's what everybody's on. Everybody's on that. If you ain't fighting for reparations and protected class citizenship for us, that's what you're on. Because this genocide is ongoing, right? And if you're not fighting to stop that and empower us to help fight it, that's what you're on. And there's no way to get around it. That's all I got, family. And I'm on dip. With that said, I'm going to dip.
Peace
Y'all
out.
be good. All right, much love, family. I'll talk to y'all soon.
All right, bro. Peace.
So for me, what I have to say is, when I say I choose violence, like I said, I don't mean violence, but I'm going to war with you motherfuckers. I'm going to use my words. I don't care anymore because y'all get to say the most greasiest shit. Y'all get to set up narratives that go against my people. You get to do all kinds of fuck shit to me, and I'm supposed to sit on my hands and not say anything. When you punch somebody in the face, you don't get to tell them how to react. Next off, for those POCs and BIPOC that watch this show, ding, 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 it is time for y'all to start coming down to the carpet. You will be treated with respect on this show, but we need to start having conversations because my question to you is, what are you doing to dismantle anti-Black racism in your community? Because you want me to fight with you. You want me to be on your side when bullshit happens to you. Like the Asians. Remember the Asians like, why aren't Black people talking about what's happening to us? When do y'all talk about what's happening to us? That shit goes all the way back to when they started the fucking model minority myth, which was started to combat the fucking combat what was turning into the civil rights movement. So like, this is all a joke. Stop expecting me to care about you and you don't care about my people. And I'm not talking about individuals, but what can I do as an individual? What can I do without working to change other people's hearts and minds? It's not for me to go into your community to change their hearts and minds. That's your fucking job to talk to your fucking people about their anti-Blackness and how they talk about Black people. And the thing is, I don't need you to get your people to stop being anti-Black. I need you to get your people to learn that their place is to shut the fuck up about Black people because you motherfuckers just got here. And understand this, when I say you motherfuckers just got here, I mean non-legacy Americans. If your people got here after the Civil War, you just fucking got here. You don't get to talk to me and my people about shit that has to do with us. We are handling shit with our government that we've been fighting for hundreds of years. We set up this government. We built everything here. We made the money. We set up the starter capital that made this shit the place that you want to come. And you come here and you talk shit. And I'm tired of you motherfuckers talking about imperialism too. We were brought here in chains. If you immigrate to a racist country to take part in the spoils of their imperialism, who the fuck are you to talk to Black Americans? You are making a choice. So fuck you. So here we are. Again, what are you doing as a BIPOC POC? And I know I've been reading the Latinx shit. They don't even like that shit. They call that shit a racial slur. So Hispanics, Latinos, they don't like that fucking BIPOC shit. And to be honest, they prefer to be called by a country of origin, just like fucking Africans, except when it's time to be Black Americans and get some shit. Or to tell Black Americans to forget the shit that they've gone through in this country. So I need more because people be talking to me, where are BIPOC and people of color? I don't meet a lot of BIPOC and people of color that are pro reparations. Where the fuck are you? Where the fuck are you? If you are around, I need you to fucking present yourself. So you can step up and stand up for your community and you can say, no, the stuff I see, I think is wrong. And I do respect what you have going on. And I am willing to fight with you. That's what I need from y'all. But don't come at me with no bullshit because I don't really give a fuck. My brothers keep me chained. I want to go so much harder than I do. All right. What y'all got?
Well, with some bullshit, we finally got Kim Iverson. She obviously, I mean, that shit was so over the top. We had to go get her. we was waiting though. We was like, all right, whatever. But we know she racist. You know, usually like, when we see a blatant racist, we kind of try to find something a little bit more trickery so we can get them. But he was like, we gotta go get her for this shit because like she's really defending this white kid. She's trying to downplay the threat of white supremacy and white racial terrorism. It was crazy, but we grilled her. You know what I mean? It's all bullshit. There's more bullshit, but you know, I think we handled it pretty well. So good. That's all I got. I mean, what else can you say? That shit is so blatant. What else we got? What else? You done said everything. It is what it is, man. Bullshit. You know.
Mud.
Yeah, this was propaganda to excuse away these white domestic terrorists, to make excuses for the parents of school shooters, to make excuses for the media, and how it actually portrays well, I shouldn't say make excuses because what they're trying to do now is blame the media. Like now, because it's actually willing to point the finger at white domestic terrorists, at least the mainstream media. Now they want to blame the media for actually doing its fucking job correctly instead of like just demonizing Black folks. So all around, this is a slap in the face to us. It's very clear that, you know, this game of hiding behind these people of color to say your white supremacist shit is in full effect. And it's everybody. It's not like we're just going to get a Black face now. We're going to get all types of people of color to excuse away white supremacy and to champion anti-Blackness. But we all see it now. The Black community, especially, you know, the descendants of American chattel slavery, we see the game that has been played from all angles. And it's not just a thing of it's the certain group that belongs to a political party. It's not a certain political leaning. Everybody is on the white supremacy train. And we are not going to allow this shit no more. We're not going to, Sam, how do we say it? We're not going to suffer in silence. So this is where we're at now. I guess it's war.
Facts. And it's every team for itself. And y'all ain't on my team. And like I said, I know some of y'all gonna be like, why'd she go so hard on BIPOC and people of color and immigrants? And like, what did this video really have to do with it? The person, it's about the messenger. The same way, if a Black person gets up and starts spouting homophobia or starts spouting anti-Semitic things, the whole community takes a hit. They start talking about how our whole community is anti-A, B, C, D. But y'all get to go out here and just run wild. I'm tired. I'm so tired. Like, I can't even express how tired I am anymore because this shit is ridiculous. And understand, I'm not talking about individuals. Like, I meet great ass people from all over the world as individuals. You know, some of y'all have married into our communities. Y'all fucking fight hard as us. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about the people who come here or their parents came here and all they do is feel the need to try to fuck up Black politics or shit that affects Black people. Like, I don't even, why we're even brought up in this story of this white kid shooting up people. Like, he didn't even shoot no Black kids. We wasn't around. We're not involved. So why are you comparing him to shit that has to do with other Black people? And sometimes, never mind. I'm just so frustrated. I'm so frustrated. But
listening to Reset Race, you now tuned in to Reset Race. You're listening to Reset Race, you're now tuned in to Reset Race. What? Put them back on the grill again. We grilling them. Put them back on the grill again. We grilling them. Put them back on the grill again. We grilling them. Back on the grill again. We grilling them. You're listening to Reset Race. ADOS need reparations to make America great. You're tuned in to Reset Race. We no longer starving while others eat off our plate. No. You're listening to Reset Race. We focused on our justice claim. We know what is at stake. You're tuned in to Reset Race. You'll find out who really about justice and really who fake. Lineage go back to US Southern plantations. Lineage, Jim Crow and mass incarceration. Redlining lynchings. We are old from this nation. You're not about justice if you ain't for reparations. MG the wise one. Cousin mother intellectual. Samantha bringing fire. Anti-Black repressing you. No permanent friends and no permanent enemies. The backbone of the country to win. You need our energy. You gon' see. Listening to Reset Race. You now tuned in to Reset Race. You're listening to Reset Race. You're now tuned in to Reset Race. Put them back on the grill again. We grilling them. Put them back on the grill again. We grilling them. Put them back on the grill again. We grilling them. Back on the grill again. We grilling them. You're listening to Reset Race. ADOS need reparations to make America great. You're tuned in to Reset Race. We no longer starving while others eat off our plate. No. You're listening to Reset Race. We focused on our justice claim. We know what is at stake. You're tuned in to Reset Race. You'll find out who really about justice and really who fake.
Until you do right by me, everything you think about is gonna crumble.
Negroes should do whatever is necessary to bring about a complete solution to their problem. When I say whatever is necessary, they should have the flexibility to do whatever is necessary to solve the problem.
Yeah, it's a new year. And I just want y'all to understand that this year, 2022, I fucking choose violence. I just want y'all to know that. That's how we gonna start off. I choose violence. 100%. And I don't mean physical violence, but I am at war with you MFers. Like, real shit, no chaser.